Well, hello again. Welcome back to my channel. Alan retired in the Philippines. Today's topic is how to survive hot weather here in the Philippines. Now, before I came here to the Philippines, like many others, you do a lot of research on YouTube, learn everything you can. And I was brought up in New York State and Pennsylvania area, cold country. And I had viewers um, message me to say, how do you deal with the hot weather there? That was my major concern. No matter what's going to happen, I was coming to the Philippines. But my main concern, how do you deal with the hot weather and the high humidity? Well, before I start, I want to tell you that my wife and I were just talking about this. And hot weather season is here now at the moment. It usually starts in around April, and then it starts getting cooler about September in the Burr months. During that time, I'll just tell you how I deal with it. I came here in December, and it was still hot for me. I was sweating on everything you can do. But the more time you spend here, the more time you get adjusted to it. But anyhow, the first and most common thing and obvious thing is air conditioning. Here they call it aircon. Okay, bear with me. I'll get to the other stuff later. Now, if you're going to have air conditioning, or aircon as they call it here, you don't want to use the window type. That sucks up a lot of electricity. What they have here is they call a split aircon unit. The actual unit is outside the building, and then the air conditioner is on the inside the building. It saves a lot of electricity and works a lot better. Average horsepower is like 1.0 to 1.5. I got a 1.0, and it keeps our home. We have a small home. It makes it very, very comfortable. Okay, now what I do is I have a portable fan I take with me everywhere. You can charge it by AC. You can charge it by USB. Or you have a little solar panel that goes with it. Now here they have lots of brownouts. You lose power for hours at times. They're always upgrading the electric, and they can happen unexpectedly, or they tell everybody ahead of time, well, you're going to be out for 8, 10, 12 hours. And you don't want to be caught, with no type of fan. Because just recently on the news the other day, the surrounding area, I live in far northern Luzon, okay, about almost as far as you can get. And these surrounding areas, the temperatures last week were between 100 and 114 degrees. I couldn't believe it, So you want to be prepared when you come here. Also, that the fan will, when the battery discharges, you can also use a power bank. And depending where you live, if you have your own house or apartment or whatever, you can use good-sized power banks, or you can invest into a generator or a solar generator to keep everything going. So anyhow, I keep that fan with me everywhere I go, no matter what happens. Now, I carry a cooler. I keep it full of ice and water and soft drinks, and good for your beer drinkers too. Even though I don't drink anymore. And plus a sweat towel. I'll dip it in the cold water, wipe down my head, my face, my arms, and everything, and just keep my body temperature down. and that really helps greatly. Now, back in the States, no matter where you go, what the climate is, it could be snowing, whatever, at all the stores and convenient stores, grocery stores, they always have ice. Now, what shocked me about here in the Philippines, being a hot country, I live in the province. It might be different in the cities, I don't know. But here in the province, it's extremely hard to buy ice. I couldn't figure that out for anything. You'd think they make a fortune off from ice here in a hot country. But electric is high, which they call current instead of electric. And as you know, it's a developing country, and the wages are down, so they just can't really afford, a lot of stores can't afford freezers and all that just to provide ice, you know. So what I do, I take water bottles, depending on how big your cooler is, and I'll put them in my freezer every night, and I make my own ice. Also, if you do find a place to buy ice, you don't want to use that ice to put in your drinks, you know, if you're making mixed drinks or whatever, because in my other videos, you know, you don't drink the water here. You have to, it has to go through a filtration system that every town has. If you drink tap water, you're going to get sick, or if you drink well water, you're going to get sick because you're not, you know, adjusted to it. So even at restaurants, you know, you don't really want, you don't know where the water came from. You want bottled water. You want really good, clean water. Anyhow, about dealing with the hot weather, it's people get up, excuse me, get up really early in the morning during the hot months, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and any work that they have to do around the house or chores, whatever, they're outside at a crack of dawn, you know, and the farmers and everything. So when it's still cool, then when it starts getting hot, you know, anywhere from 11 o'clock on, they have what they call here siesta time. Now, I'm sure you heard of fiestas, you know, big party, blah, blah, blah. Well, siesta time is a rest time. That's when you head for the shade. Your day's pretty much over with because you just sweat too much. That's where everybody relaxes and cool down. And they even take long naps, you know, during the hot weather till it starts cooling out there in the evening. But anyhow, that's about all I got to say, is that, you know, you have to be prepared when you come here. Don't get caught. You know, when the current goes out, you have no way to stay cool and all that. Just look ahead. There's different ways to keep cool, and your body will adjust in time. I've been here 28 months, and I'm doing better as the time goes. Okay, I'll see you on the next video and see what happens. Okay, my wife just jumped into the car, Marietta, while I was making this video, and she kind of startled me. So we're going to end this video and tell everybody stay safe and stay cool through the hot weather. So say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Sorry.
It's okay, honey. Bye-bye. Stay cool. Okay. One last note I forgot to mention. If you're married to a Filipina or have a Filipina partner, during hot weather, food poisoning is very common. Now, it's their culture. I don't know why. But, for example, after you eat dinner and everything, if you got chicken or pork or whatever, they'll just cover it and leave it on the table overnight, or spaghetti or whatever you make. Now, back in the States, we all put everything in the refrigerator when you're done eating, but here they just leave it out all night. Also, when you go to the market, see, there's very few grocery stores in this area. 90% of the people go to the market. Everything is fresh. the vegetables and the meat. They butcher chickens and cows and pigs and everything during the night, and then they sell everything fresh at the market. But at the market, there's no refrigeration. Okay, everything's laid out on the table in front of you. It's not wrapped or anything, And they have fans over them with lights, and to keep the flies off of them and this and that. So if you go shopping, for meat, you want to go early, because when the temperatures are this hot, boy, they're sitting out all day, and I don't know. In my mind, that's that's not a very good thing to buy, meat that's been sitting out for 8-10 hours in over 100-degree temperatures. But that's their culture. That's the way it is here. But just a heads up about food poisoning. Be careful when it gets hot, and you'll adjust. You'll learn when you get here. But I just want to give another quick heads up about that. All right. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you hit like and everything, and I hope to see you in the next video. And appreciate all the new subscribers and the new ones, the new people that's watching this channel. Okay. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.